Nibingelele nonke emakhaya. Welcome to Talk Back Mzansi, whereby we empower abantu ngezindlela eziningi and we discuss social issues that affect South African people with South Africans. So njengoba nazi nonke ukuthi ke namhlanje noma ke lenyanga esikuyo inyanga yamasiko. Ngiyafisa ukusho ukuthi ke wonke umuntu oseningizimu Afrika ngimfisela inyanga yamasiko enhle. Ungakhohle ukuthi ke isiko lakho linguwe. My name is Amahle Qwabe. So namhlanje sinesihambeli sethu khona la kwi Talk Back Mzansi engazi ukuthi ke lapho ekhaya uzosithokozela ngendlela esimangaliso. Umlingisi sesambona lapha ke kuZalo, saphinde sambona lapha ke ehostela. Namhlanje iguest yethu uNonkanyiso. Nimbazi kakhulu ngoNonkanyiso, but igama lakhe la ngempela uThuthuka Mthembu. Ngikubingelele Thuthuka, ngiphinde ngikwamukele kwi Talk Back.
Thank you very much Amahle for having me. Greetings to all your viewers as well.
Yazi namhlanje ngiyafyuma ngendlela esimangaliso.
Yumelana.
Yazi uyabona mangabe umuntu eku-empowerisha, so mangabe usulithola ithuba lokuthi uhlangane naye umbone in person, lokho kuvele kwenza ukuthi uzwe ngathi wow iphupho liyaphumelela noma into owukade uyifisa usuyibona yenzeka. So how are you feeling ukuba la namhlanje?
I'm very happy. Ngiyajabulisa kakhulu. I am always happy to take up an opportunity to speak and to share a little bit more about myself. And to engage. I think it's very important. I believe good Umuntu has a lot to say.
Yeah.
So whenever granted the opportunity, I don't take it for granted. So thank you again for having me.
Thank you so much. Umuhle.
Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyathanda nje ukuthi siqale lapho. Awusho ngani uthi as usual.
Always.
But ke umuhle. Thuthuka ngaphandle kokuthi ke mhlambe ke sichithe isikhathi, ngicela nje usithathe usibe esithombeni ukuthi ubani uThuthuka.
I could say Ututuga, well, I'm 22 years old.
Wow.
I turned 23 in this month. So Talk Back Mzansi is welcome to send me gifts. I love the Lord, first and foremost.
Yeah.
I believe everything that's happened is because of God's grace. I was raised up in a very Christian home by a single mother who introduced me to God and taught me is the most pivotal thing going on. So that's who I am. I'm an actress by profession.
Yes.
I recently graduated from AFDA in my degree, so I could say I'm qualified within the film sphere, the film space. I love people. I love having opportunities like this. And I just am someone who desires to grow even further. I don't know if that gives a clear indication, but yeah. I'm an actress, 22-year-old residing in South Africa. Just to cut it short. I'm a hood girl, born in Johannesburg, but I'm originally from Mlazi. And that's where I reside. And I take that with me everywhere I go.
You are so humble.
Thank you.
Ngendlela esimangaliso. Yazi kuyokuthusa ukuthi ubone umuntu osephumelele empilweni kodwa othobeke njengawe.
Osendleleni yokuphumelela.
Uphumelele.
You haven't even started.
Okay, mhlambe mangase uthathe umbukele esekhaya, ukukhulela kwakho uzalelwe eJohannesburg.
Yes.
Nasemlazi ukhulele khona. Mhlambe ukukhulela kwakho kulezi indawo uzo2 ukwakhe kanjani ukuthi ube lo muntu oyena namhlanje?
Oh, kakhulu. Ngazalelwe eGoli, but then I moved immediately kuyohlala ekhaya eMlazi. And even when I moved to Joburg, I didn't move into the best parts of Johannesburg. I grew up a lot in Hillbrow, Berea, and then Parktown, and then later on in my life in Midrand. But walking down Begon, I was very pivotal in making me or turning me into the person that I am today. And Uguba Setewin Manje and to reside Ekaya, for me it feels like a full circle moment, you know, to have started there and to be back in the land of my ancestors in this way. Has been very important in structuring and creating the person that I am. I've been blessed or fortunate to say even though ngakhulile endaweni ezingazinhle kodwa ngokufunda ukwazi ukuya esikoleni right and meeting all sorts of people ngaba naleyo access yokuthi ngiyithola ngiseyindaweni yabo ngivashela umngane uhlala endaweni esengcono you know, all of those kind of things. I'm a sleepover uma siya out nabangani bami. You know, being introduced into those spaces because I was able to see the different realities. And that inspired me as well to say, even though I go home to this, but because you spend most of your time at school, now you assimilate, you know, you take that shape, yoguti. that's what I want to be, or that's the life that I want to create. So it inspired me a lot, and it helped me mold me into the person that I am, because my duality is loud, to say I wasn't born from the richest family, but to be able to come or to mingle with people who are from some of the best places, who exist in experiences that their money buys them. You still remain humble, but still desire more. So I could say that's what it teaches me, even now, to be Mlazi. Well, firstly, that's home, and so it's by choice now because I'm employed. But it's to say it's nice. I think even for the kids, it's nice to know that there's a hood hero that stays land. It's always so interesting. But they won't pass your home every day. And it's what it is. When it's time to leave, I'll leave. But I think I'm there because I'm meant to be there, and I take that with me everywhere I go. So you take me to Mhlanga, and I'll talk about my township. You take me to Cape Town, I'll talk about where I'm from. And I think that's important.
So ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uthi wamuva wayekhaya eGoli kuhlala bani eMlazi kuhlala ba kuhluke ngani ukuthi because ngizwe enkulumeni yakho ukuthi ngamuva ngaye ekhaya, so like eGoli kuhlala
so Johannesburg is where Mom had me that side because where sebenza khona. So I was ukusebenza. So my mother still resides at Goli. But ekhaya kagogo where I'm usually from.
Okay, kahle wasemlazi.
Essentially.
Yeah. So ngiyajabulisa kakhulu ukuzwa ukuthi uyasho ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi noma uyathanda ukuhlala eMlazi ukuze kuzoba khona nezingane ngisho endaweni ezithi okay nangu because abantu abaningi bakwazi uNonkah yabo. I'm sure ukuthi uthuthuka abantu abaningi igama abajwayele ukusebenzisa abajwayele mhlawumbe uNonkah because iyona ndlela owaduma ngayo lo ukuthi okay uNonkah like uNonkah uhlala la eMlazi ngimbonile yonke lento leyo. So enye into engifisa ukuyazi ukuthi waziwa kakhulu njengomlingisi mangabe sikubona lapha yakuZalo ehostel. So mhlambe ungasho ukuthi yini enye oyenzayo ngaphandle kokulingisa noma yini enye owaziwa ngayo ngaphandle kokulingisa?
Njengamanje ngaziwa njengomlingisi, but ngokukhula kwami there's a lot of spaces that I hope, or not even hope, so nesifiso into engiyisebenzelayo that I'm working towards ukungena into spaces such as production. I think that's very important for me because acting
okay.
So and as a creative generally I'll see umuntu who's just one dimensional. Even you as a presenter, I'm sure you've got a music talent or fashion, so there's so many facets about yourself as a creative that you want to explore through your talent. So when you don't do that, it feels like kona iphathi yakhe enganelisanga, that's going unsatisfied, or potential that's going unused. So a huge part of me, because I've qualified for that, because I studied that and I desire its values, to go into production, producing my own television shows such as the one you have here. So congratulations and well done.
Thank you so much.
I'm inspired by you, in that sense.
Inspiration.
Yeah, definitely, and going into more humanitarian work. I believe in that a lot. I believe in empowering others. Not just being an inspiration from far, but getting into those corners and into those places, and actually helping or actively pulling people out of what could be some very dark places or places that really, really need attention and help. So I would like for my name to resonate with that. People that do work for good, as well as film and television, to being a formidable force in that space.
Manje uthando lokulingisa uqale nini ukuba nalo?
Oh wow, I think even as ingane, I've always been a performer. In some sense, like as ingane, you're always acting out in adverts or a song. So from young, I think I've always identified with I'm an entertainer. I was always the young girl or the child in class telling jokes or just doing something that was worth noticing. I'm not too sure when I identified the love for acting, because I've always thought I wouldn't be an actor. It was a huge thing for me. When I thought I would get into presenting because I did a course in presenting at the time. And that's what I enjoyed, because if I must be in front of the camera, I can only present myself as me. Because that's just how my genuine spirit allows me to show up in spaces as myself. So and then acting came, and so the truth is, to answer your question, you understand?
Okay.
As in, but never for yourself. You understand? It's like it's too big of a thing for you to accomplish when. So I would say getting onto Uzalo really, really, really planted the love and the appreciation, because you don't know how much it takes until you do it.
Yeah.
So definitely.
So njengoba ukhuluma ngepresenting ngeke ngabona ukuthi I think it was 2011 wafundela ipresenting and wake waba lapha kwi-YoTV.
Yeah.
So lokho waphinde awukushiyile okushiyile usovuka sengapha.
I think it's just on the opportunity if it arises. I'd love to present. I think it's a part of me, and I did it. I was taught by someone who was considered to be the best of the best, Anna. She's since left us, may her soul rest in peace. But she taught a lot of great people.
Oh wow!
And she brought us into spaces where we could meet.
Wow!
You know, some of the best people. No Leroy at the time. So if the opportunity presents itself, God willing, I would definitely take it on. I enjoy it. I really love it a lot. Yeah. So.
And yabo manje ngathi khona that connection ekhona njengamanje. Like I feel like into kuwe vele into engaphakathi kwena. So nenye into engifisa ukuthi ke siyithinde ukuthi uzalo mengabe ucasta kuzalo kufika ukuphi nempilo yakho yini oyenzayo ekusondeze towards ukuthi ube on screen or career wise wawenzani mangabe kufika isikhathi ukuthi uthathe kuzalo.
Oh my God, there was no career. I was doing my second year after 2018. Oh wow.
Wenza yona ifilming?
Ngenza yona filming, ngenza directing. I love directing. Actually, the lady wangifundisa upresenter wathi mina, if you never make it as a presenter, you should go into directing. And I didn't understand because ngangikhoka imali ukuthi ngibe presenter.
Manje ubone ngathi
I was so jealous. I must be behind the scenes. And then I actually have never asked her why, and unfortunately I'll never know. But I wonder kwakuyini lento ayibonile and ngizocabanga kanjalo. But I'm digressing. But come the day I get the call, I auditioned for Uzalo. 2018, I'm a student, I'm at AFDA. I'm behind on fees at the time. It's a holiday.
Yeah.
I remember it was a holiday. And I remember saying to my sister, there was actually a friend of mine who had recently done an advert.
Yeah.
So and I said to Lunga, I want to get back into that space. She was doing it and she's all over. And I just dropped, my sister's like, hey, let's just draft the email to this agent, who was an agent at the time.
Yeah.
And we draft the email, and it's a normal Sunday night, probably. And she gives us a call, and she says, okay, come on Tuesday. But it's just to say it's a normal day. There's no career. There's a feeling, Uguti, something is meant to happen in my life around this time.
Yeah.
But there's no...
Where you feel.
You can feel it, but there's no real idea of what it is. But you're also a student and you're frustrated because you want things to happen. And in Joburg, things are happening. So you are students, but there are people who are on big sets, like sets of shows that are playing.
Yes.
And you're, at the time, the student that's not getting anything. So what kind of frustration, kind of insecurity, I'm not doing anything. And yeah. There's that.
What was
that's
the
the feeling. I was taking a chance. I knew something was meant to happen in my life. I cannot tell you what I thought that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because lento ishoyo iyangikhombisa ukuthi kunendlela thina esabantu esuke sibone ngayo ukuthi okay izinto zethu kumele zize ngale ndlela. Kanti uNkulunkulu unamanye ama plans ukuthi okay wena unale plan le then mina nginale plan le ezoshintsha impilo yakho. Kuyaveza ukuthi akusiyo yonke into evela ngendlela wena osukulindele ngayo.
And just always allow things to happen the way they should.
So ungena kwakho kuzalo ungasho ukuthi kwakuyi biggest achievement empilweni yakho.
It wasn't even an achievement. Achieving something means that you worked for it. I don't think I worked to get onto Uzalo. I think I was just blessed by the opportunity. I got onto Uzalo, like I said to you, I was behind on school fees probably.
Yeah.
This was not even stress, but it was that mess. It's holidays, luckily but that was just my life at the time. Yes, I'm from a good home, but nothing was perfect.
Yeah.
So I get onto Uzalo at a time where it's a little unclear. And I go to this, I send my pictures and she calls me to say, come see me on Tuesday, my agent. On the way to meet up with her, she calls me and she says, here's a brief, you're Uzalo, can you act?
No,
not yet. I get there, the script, okay, we'll send you to the audition. So that's happening at a time where she's got people that exist on her books that she could have sent. And instead she sent me, the girl that she just met.
Wow.
I get to the audition the next day, watching Uzalo for the first time, I'll be honest. I knew of Uzalo.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that morning my mother says to me, hey, Uzalo, should we listen to him? I'm like, I didn't watch Uzalo. I watched Uzalo that night. And I went to the audition the next day. And I auditioned and it just felt different.
Ungakazi acted before?
I had never acted, and then I got the call on Friday. So literally, my life changed in the space of a week. I made the call on Monday, auditioned on Wednesday. I got the call on Friday to say I got the job. In 1 week, I flew to Durban the next week. So I can't answer it as an achievement. It was simply my blessing.
Wow.
I didn't do anything. I was not qualified for the job. I wasn't qualified under any terms. At least now I can say I have a degree, but I was just a girl doing second year.
Wow.
So it's no achievement. It was not a
Simangaliso sikaNkulunkulu because ushilo uthi umntwana kaNkulunkulu. So I believe ukuthi kuwo konke lokhu uNkulunkulu.
Me too. Nami ngiyabelieve.
Yes, uNkulunkulu okuthathe wakubeka la ukhona. Because even usufikile kuZalo akekho umuntu oyengasho ukuthi no akakufundelanga uku-act akabonakala yabo ukuthi mhlambe unayi experience but nje everything was so perfect. Ngayibukisa inyakho yokuqala kuZalo. Yeah, so nje yonke into yayihamba kahle kakhulu. So ngicela ukuthi ungithathe ungibeke kusuku lakho lokuqala kwiset kuZalo. Kwakufila kanjani? Naba baby cele ngapha abantu abakade babona on screen nabanye ke nabanye. Kwakufila kanjani?
It was nerve-wracking. I was told ukuthi ngizosebenzisana and Dogos was mastermind.
Yes.
That was overwhelming on its own because I did not watch Uzalo, but I knew about mastermind. You understand?
Yeah.
Even though ngangilibone nje maybe lentos ngibelibuka bona, but not because I followed the story. But if there's someone you knew of, you knew of mastermind.
Yeah.
You knew of
Olisi.
Yes, you knew of Olisi. You knew of Mangob. You knew of Nkunzi.
Yeah.
But all of them are so like such strong. You knew of Uchisi because it's funny.
Yeah.
And ama videos would trend like you know. So my first day I had that fear. It's okay. But most immediately, I had to deal with the fear of having to work no mastermind. But at least but this one's where you working closely with. So it was an interesting day. I think my first day on set I had to twerk. Nonkah I took a club Genesis.
Okay.
And it didn't feel even awkward at all. I'm so excited to do it.
Yeah.
Like awkward just twerk. No. But you could tell I was twerking for my first paycheck.
Yeah. Yes.
So I twerked and that was my first day. I twerked. Who did I meet first? And then I met them, yeah.
Ngaleso sikhathi uneminyaka emingaki?
I am 2018.
Yes.
Was I not 18, 19? Yeah, I was 20.
Yeah.
I was 20, yeah. I was 20 years old. At my first job. Not my first job, but
okay,
my first real job. Yeah, you know small things.
Yes. Yeah, ukubamba lapha nalapha. So naloko kukodwa kuyasho ukuthi awuvelanga walindi ukuthi okay, khona enkulu ezovela iqhamuke khona la uqale khona.
Definitely. I was desperate to prove myself, hey. I was in our industry you have to be.
Yes.
You have to be not desperate but hungry to work.
Yeah.
You know? Desperation can have you exploited. Don't be desperate. There must just be like a serious longing. So I was willing to start anyway. I think before that I had worked on a film festival, but for free even then.
Okay.
Before that I was working at a burger shop. I wouldn't even mention. But I'm trying to say I was. Yeah, no.
Khona la uqale khona. So lapho ekhaya mbukeli uyazi ukuthi ke njengamanje khona la aqale khona uthuthuka akuvelanga nje kwaqhamuka ukuthi sekuzalo. So nawe uyagqugquzela ukuthi kukhona la ungaqala khona ubambelele la ubambelele khona. Even if kuthiwa uholi njengoba esho ukuthi wayengaholi ku film festival. Wawusebenza for free. Okay, manje ke awusithathe usibeke ke manje naku ukhona kuZalo.
Yes.
Nalike ithuba manje liyavela usuya kwi-hostel. Noma ngithi e-hostel. Yes. Usebenza kule msebenzi kanye because phela sasakubona ngapha siyakubona nangapha e-hostel.
Yes.
So kwaba kanjani kuwena ukuthola ithuba e-hostela nokuthi uzama ukubalansisa ke manje uthuthuka okuwena and then uNonkah kumele ungene kwi-character Nonkah uphinde ungene kwi-character kaSithando.
Wow, when I got the call to shoot Stella, we were on break for Uzalo.
Okay.
So it was about a week in. I had just turned 22.
Wow.
I was even so, the thing about this time of the year for me, it's always a very significant one.
Yeah.
So even now, I don't know what it is, and I'm saying it on record. Something is going to happen at this
wow.
time. I cannot tell you what it is.
Yeah.
And it's just that sense. So yeah, I just turned 22, so I had a sense that something was going to happen. Even if it wasn't a sense, I wanted something to happen also. Something different. And so I got the call, and fortunately I was off of break, Uzalo. So I could say for that time period, it was just juggling Tutuka and Stando. And I wouldn't even say juggling, because Tutuka is who I am.
Yes.
It is just bringing Stando to life.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting. I think my concern for the most part when I first shot your Stella is that I didn't want you to watch it and see Nonkah. I think that's important.
Yeah, true.
You should be able to see that someone can act because they can bring out. You should see Nonkah. You know what I mean? Can't reference the name, but it shouldn't be the most immediate thing you see. And I love that about her. She looked different, and she was different. She's a very different character, and that was my fear. But after I shot the first scene of Stella, which is the scene where she's running with the red bag.
Yes, I remember.
Only after that, I felt like, okay, she's not Nonkah.
Yeah.
Because I just played her for the first time.
Mina, I was like, okay, ngayibuka isindle uqala ukhona kwi-hostel because ngabona ama-post nawe. So ngathi no, ngifuna ukulibuka i-hostela. And then mangilibuka, okay, nangu uNonkah, but again say ukuthi utransformile from uNonkah. Sengiyasho phela igama ngoba sijolo ukubiza ukuthi uNonkah. Noma kuthiwa siyalazi ukuthi Thuthuka, but uNonkah. uNonkah, like kukhona i-transformation ekhona and kuningi ongasho ukuthi okay, yabona ke manje uhlukene ngempela ke manje ukutheni uNonkah, because khona umuntu uthola ukuthi okay, uya-acta kuZalo and then mefika ngale sobona same person yabo nendlela umuntu a-reacta ngayo kanti manje sekusithandwa
and
isithandwa.
Yes.
And ama character akho anokuba related bangabe ngiwabheka usithandwa okay kuZalo awunabo abazali. And then ngapha ukhona umama but naye akekho
that relationship.
Yes.
And that's what my fear was. uNonkah vele wafike umuntu she was quite streetwise. You understand? Usithandwa not so much, but she's like a strong character if she has to be. Like she was running away from wabafuna ukumshada and she's meeting her mother, and it was very confrontational. So there's traits that were very similar, and like you said, and that's why my fear was there with him. Because there's similarities in the stories and in the characters, I didn't want them to ever meet. Yeah. You understand? It's like, yes, nyafana, but like, there must not be that point where we can all sit in a room. You understand? It's like, they are on two different journeys. Because ultimately in life, a lot of us probably share, everybody has a story. And there's something about your story that I can connect with. But we're meeting each other for the first time and there's no telling where we're going to go. If ever we're going to sit like this ever again. And I think that's the beauty of it. And storytelling is just characters. And when you are a person who embodies a story, you should be able to tell that story and tell another one. And they may never ever have to meet except through you as a living person. But never as a story that exists. So
powerful kakhulu leyo. Usithandwa noNonkah ngiyabona ukuthi abanawo ubaba. Usithandwa uNonkah akanayo ubaba, right? Usithandwa anayo ubaba. Like ngitholile ukuthi ukhule ubaba engekho. So lokho kwanginga effect mhlambe if you on set.
Hey, wait, uyenzile research into no. No. I don't think, or honestly, my father was not around at the time, or not present, but he's been alive. And in my journey now, it's been a very, this interview is getting deep, but it's been a very important thing for me to reconnect. Because I think essentially life is happening and there's no telling what might happen. So I think I can relate as to being a girl, yes, who was raised for the most part by my mom, with my father here and there, but not quite the strength of the relationship that a father should have with a daughter. But truth be told, I don't think I've ever had to draw from my experience with my father to be able to portray that strand in the story of my characters, that strand of an absent father.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, Nonkah and Nosandwa, for the most part, it's the projection has always been towards the maternal side. You understand? Usandwa, her anger has always been towards her mom.
Yes.
And Nonkah as well. You know, there's that thing you would see. You know, she misses her mom. She misses her mom. So, yeah, I think maybe that's played more of a stronger part because I've always had to put something out towards Uma.
Yeah.
And the truth is, that's my reality. If ever there was someone to be mad at, it was my mom. If there was someone to laugh at, it was my mom.
Yeah.
So I would say that's what I draw from instead of the paternal side. Yeah.
Wow. Ngicela singene kule qualification yakho ufundile after ne degree in motion picture.
Yes.
Ufundile directing ne writing.
Yes.
So kuke kwenzeka ukuthi okay njengoba manje usomlingisi kwenzeka ukuthi uthi mangabe ubheka into mhlambe ku script uyibone ngathi ayisa correspond ke manje mhlambe ne storyline or like as a writer ubuke kwenza ukuthi ubuke into enikiwe ngesolo kuba i-writer nokuba i-director ubone ngathi khona ungahambi kahle ngayo but you have to stay in your lane ukuthi okay wena uyi-actor la awuzange uzo-direct.
Absolutely. Definitely, but the beauty of the work that we do is that also when you're playing a character, sometimes you end up understanding your character better than your writers do.
Yeah.
So sometimes you know that that's not necessarily something Nonkah would say or would do. Or now this doesn't make sense because 3 months ago, why can't you do you understand? It also has to do with just Uzalo is a huge production, and there's a lot of people that write for it. And the people that write for Uzalo now are not the people who wrote for it 6 years ago when it started. So that you are going to pick up a lot of inconsistencies in stories sometimes. And yours as an actor is to know where your character comes from and where they're going. The work that we do is the creative is collaborative. So if you're going to be a creative, this is an effort of sound and that comes also in performance. You know, it's me collaborating with the vision direct, with the vision right. You understand? So it's always a thing of like, if you've got something to put forward, if you've got something to correct, do so. But never undermining the role that is being played by the person who is paid to do that. You understand? And that just has to do with how you deliver messages and ideas and suggestions. So, kenzeka lokho, but it's just about communicating it in a way that's respectable, you know. But I think we are fambula because of this.
Bekunganjani masilungisa la?
Yes, because kahle 2 months ago Nonkah wayekade ethe kanje. So
okay. No, I think lokhu kubeka ngendlela enhle nomuntu angakwazi ukuyamkela ngayo. Before siye kumbuzo wokugcina bese siye breaking. As a writer, ngelinye ilanga uyazibona una umdlalo wakho odlalwayo kumabona kude?
Oh, absolutely. Soon, very
soon.
Very soon. Yeah.
Ngiyakuthanda lokho.
Very soon. Yeah, I definitely am going to start I've started writing my own stuff. It's just a matter of putting it in production.
Okay.
But the beautiful thing about as you grow, you've got new stories and new ideas.
Yes.
So the stories I believed in last year or 2 years ago, though I may still believe in them now, I just don't think they are the stories I want to tell right now.
Yes.
So I'm in the process of coming up with new things all the time.
Okay. And then Nonkah?
Yes.
Thuthuka? Thandwa? Okay, asebenzise uthuthuka.
Please.
Kunegama futhi ongalishongo. Kunegama ngalishongo. Iwawe umfihlo uthanda?
I don't like that name. I actually don't. That's so interesting. Your questions are interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Angilifihlanga phela ongibuzanga. Awusho phela uthi ngisho.
Nangithi phela uzosho ukuthi Thando.
No, angithi angijwayele nakhona.
Yeah,
nakhona I feel like lining. So I always prefer Tutuk, and nakhona is my first name, but I like it. It's the name I'm meant to have. And I think in a lot of ways it personifies who I am. But yeah.
Likufanele indlela onothando ngayo nendlela ohamba ngayo.
Thank you.
Uphumelele mina ngikubuka njengomuntu ophumelele. I don't know ukuthi wena uzibuka ngayiphi indlela. Mhlambe kuwena kuyini ukuphumelela?
To be happy, I think. And I think happiness stems from even happiness is fleeting because I don't know happy. I think satisfaction.
Yeah.
Or success to me is fulfillment, I think.
Fulfillment.
Yeah. Because satisfaction also, not everything will satisfy you.
Yeah.
But I think when you get to a point where you're like, I'm fulfilled.
Yes.
You understand? Because it's objective.
Yeah.
You know? I think, success is fulfillment. It's when you feel like, I've done everything I need to do, you know? And it's not nothing, even if I've done everything I need to do and I've got 150 in my bank account, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I did what I had to do in this place today. So for me, leaving here today, I would rate today's interview as being successful.
Wow.
Because I feel that I left fulfilled. Like, I'm happy with how I answered your questions.
Yes.
I didn't hold back.
Yes.
I didn't portray an idea that was one.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no telling where this interview may go, and
Yes,
who
true.
needs to hear what I have to say today. And it has to be true, it has to be authentic, it has to be honest.
Yeah.
So I do feel that I'm answering from a very true and authentic and an honest place.
Yes.
Thus, I feel fulfilled, and that way I believe that this interview is a success.
Wow.
So that's what my idea of success is.
Ukuba successful kuyena uthuthuka Mthembu ukuthi ube satisfied ngento osukuyenza. Njengamanje sizoye breakini, mangabe sibuye breakini soqhubeka na interview yethu. Ulapha ekhaya ungakwazi ukuthi ke usithole lapha on Facebook @talkback Mzansi, ku Instagram talkback_Mzansi, okanye usendele i-email ku talkback@gmail.com, talkbackmzansi@gmail.com. Catch us after the break. Before siqhubeke, khona engicela ukuyithinta. Ngeke ngakubona ukuthi ukusebenze emphakathini to give back to the community. Ngeke ngabona izithombe zakho ngihambisa ama food parcel emzini yabantu. So vele lokho bekukuwe ukuthi okay, once ngaphumelela I want to give back to the community, or into evele nje yaqhamuka manje ngoba usuphumelela.
The picture that you're making reference to is initiative ka Wiseman Ncube, who is Sibonelo Uzalo.
Yes.
He came up with the idea of Ukambisama food packs back where he's from, Ulundi. So we were supporting him with that. What is a recurring project in terms of giving back and charity work is work that I'm doing with Imbumba Foundation.
Imbumba.
Yes.
Okay.
They have a pad drive. So they've got a division called Caring for Girls that they do. They're doing such beautiful work. They're doing such insane work. But Caring for Girls is essentially started by Mr. Richard Mabaso, and they give out pads to deserving communities. And they've since partnered with major companies and stores to donate pads and to send pads all across South Africa. I know they work in Limpopo, Cape Town. Most recently, I did in Northwest Rustenburg, Win in Jega Tisiso.
Wow.
So zonke lezo indawo, but in terms of my own personal initiative, definitely I've got something very exciting that I want to do, or rather that's coming up manje in October.
I can't wait.
I'm also very excited about it. I've got I love the place that I'm from, Umlazi. I love every place that I'm from, in fact. But right now, Umlazi is a place very close to my heart.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of social issues.
Yes,
Isn't it? Teenage pregnancy, substance abuse. But kakhulukazi the issue of teenage pregnancy, because these young girls that are pregnant, a lot of them are younger than me, not even my age. So it touches my heart, because I really believe there's so much more that they need to experience and they need to know before they take on the huge responsibility of being a mother. Especially if it wasn't, in some cases, I don't think, or I don't believe that it was a planned. It's just unplanned pregnancy, you know. So a lot of the girls may tell us say they poke opportunities because of a moment that then gives them a lifelong responsibility, which can be a beautiful thing if it's planned for and if it's prepared for. So the issue that I'm going to touch on is that And in the month of October, very soon I'll have a very exciting announcement.
Yeah.
Concerning that. So look out for that. That's what I'm doing
I
under the foundation, the Tutuka Foundation. I'll share that right now. It's called 23 Flowers.
Wow. Okay.
So just stay tuned and you'll see what that's about.
Amehla ami nje ahleli.
Please.
Kuthuthuka.
Please.
And October inyanga yakho yokuzalwa, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So ngiyajabula ukuthi uthintile indaba yokubaleka komlazi kuwe nezinto ezenzakala khona because nami ngisuka eMlazi.
Oh, wow.
So ngiyajabula kakhulu ukubona umuntu othi no umlazi kumele ukuthi uthathwe ubeke. Yes.
Yeah.
And sizalwa ke
same month. Really?
Yes.
What date?
15 October.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
October
My double. Yeah.
Yeah. So empowerment. Because I truly believe ukuthi you are called to empower, to inspire.
Oh, amen. I believe that. Thank you, and I received that as well.
Yeah. So kuwena i-empowerment abantu abaningi bayidefine ngezinye indlela. Kuwena kuyini uku-empowerisha umuntu or i-empowerment ungayichaza uyithini?
I think empowerment is active work. I think empowerment is service.
Yeah.
I think it's looking and seeing what can you do to make a space better. How can a place be better because of you? You know, it's always looking to see how can I do it better? Or how can I make things easy for you? That's what I believe empowerment is. It's to simplify things because life in itself is not easy. And some people are presented with a much tougher circumstance than us have been privileged not to. So when you're in a position of privilege, you have to always look to say, how can I make your path simpler for you? And that's what I believe empowerment is. It's active service. It's going there. It's asking the questions and providing the solution.
Yeah.
Even if it's not to completely alleviate, but it's to contribute to the lessening thereof of a particular thing.
Wow.
So I believe in that.
Ngicela ukuthi sithinte le ndaba ebalekile.
Okay.
Mina ebalekile.
Yeah.
Because noma bewukuthi asixhumana sazani but I'm really happy ukubona uthi because like you inspire me.
Oh, wow,
so ngiyathanda ukuthi congratulations ekuthengeni imoto yakho yokuqala.
Oh, my baby, thank you. Every time someone brings it up, ngiyajabula.
Congratulations ngaloko and iningizimu Afrika iyabona ukuthi at this age usuphumelela usuwenza okuningi noma ke wena ungakazibona ukuthi yabo I think lokho kwenziwa ukuthi humble. So ungathini mhlambe kumuntu osekhaya obuye ngathi amaphupha abafezeki nokuthi lento yokuphumelela kumuntu omncane ijwayeleke eningizimu Afrika because like uthenga imoto ithuthuka, oh my god, mhlawumbe khona abantu abakade bangena ku-industry abakakwazi ukuthi bafike kulelo zinga lelo. So kuwena ukuthi uphumelele at this age mhlawumbe yini engenziwe eningizimu Afrika ukuze ukuphumelela kumuntu omusha kujwayeleke?
That's a tough one. Yini engenzeka eningizimu Afrika ukuthi uphumelele kumuntu ojwayeleke?
Omncane especially.
And I think then a sub question of that, because the answer would be for young people to succeed. But how do we help young people succeed?
Yes.
It's a very broad question. But I'll tell you what worked for me.
Yeah.
And I believe if it worked in one place, hopefully it can work in your situation.
Yes.
One, I'm a believer in God.
Yeah.
I trust God. I have my whole life. It's how I've been raised. I would recommend him to anybody.
Yes.
Hence I'm doing it now.
Yes.
Hence I'm doing it.
Yes.
And I would do it to anybody,
Yeah.
you know. Even today, I actually went to church with a girl that I met. She's a supporter of mine. But we met at a restaurant and we started talking. And I said to her, and she said, well, I'd like to come to church with you. So I went to church with her today. So
Wow.
you know, and I was laughing. You were just a follower. Now we can say we're friends.
Yeah, true.
And I think, you know, that's gonna work out. You understand? So it's to say, I can meet everybody I meet. One, I would definitely recommend God. Hard work is important.
Yeah.
But I believe that when you are aligned, you don't have to work hard.
Yeah.
You don't have to work too hard.
Yes.
Because there's favor that follows you.
Favor.
But it's important to apply yourself in your mind and to always go a step further. If they want 10 from you, give them 15. So I do believe in hard work.
Yeah.
I do believe in going after what you want to do.
Yeah.
Alignment also is a purpose. Things are easy when you're doing the things that you're meant to do. The second you're in places where you're not meant to be, there's tension because there's always something that's fighting you being there because
Wow.
and that works in all things. But it's important to be able to apply understanding of that also, because sometimes there's difficulty in the place because you are meant to be there.
Yeah.
And there is a greater force that's fighting you staying in that place because it's the best place for you to be. But that takes awareness, spiritual awareness, and awareness of self. But I think with that in mind, or with just a few of those things, there's so much more I think people can say.
Yeah.
But those are my tricks.
Ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuthi uthinta indaba kaNkulunkulu because ngikubonile ukuthi we leader ye youth esontweni.
Used to be.
Manje?
I've moved from that church.
Oh,
yeah, because I'm in Durban now. I was in Joburg.
Oh, at Joburg.
Yeah, but if God willing, we are sleeping any long, but we need to come right tonight to face this.
Yes,
it's
now spiritual.
Yes, even further. Yeah.
Nokuthi uyakwazi ukuthi umuntu omlandeli wakho ngokuba humble kwakho agcine sethola ichance yokuba introduced kuNkulunkulu. Mhlawumbe kube bekumunye umuntu bezothi okay, we follow I am. Okay, no. Kulungile akugcine lapha, but uyakwazi ukuthi uthathe umuntu umamkele umnikeze uthando. Like njengoba ngisho ukuthi igama lathando ngiyalithanda because uthando lukuwe angasho ngithi umfuzile uChrist thiwa he is love. So umfuzile kakhulu ngaloko. Okunye ngifisa ukuthi sikuthinta ukuthi usually entertainment abazali abaningi abahambisani kakhulu nayo because babona ukuthi okay, firstly awukho guaranteed ukuthi uzohola, awukho guaranteed ukuthi uzophumelela nini. That's why they prefer ukuthi abantu babodokotela, othisha. So kumzali ovimbela umntwana wakhe ukuthi okay, abe free ukuthi abe kwi-entertainment industry, can be acting, music, yonke into ekhona. Mhlawumbe ungathini ukuze adedele ingane yakhe ukuthi ifollowe amaphupho ayo because naku siyakubona kuyenzeka kuwena. Should it be possible?
It's very possible. In fact, like I said previously, one of my keys for success is to do the thing you've purposed to do.
Yeah.
How do you discover your purpose? What is it that you enjoy? You understand?
Yeah.
If the question is about what is my purpose, look to what you enjoy doing. What is organic and what comes naturally to you. That because you're most equipped to do what you're meant to be doing. So what comes easy is chances are your purpose. And where there is purpose, there's alignment. And where there's alignment, there's smooth sailing.
Wow.
So things will be easy. So I think parents should allow kids to pursue their purpose and their destinies.
Yeah.
Because everything else will be hard. You know? Things are easier. You can't make this thing hold the glass because it's not meant to hold the glass. But you can put it on me and you can make it record sound and it will do so perfectly because that's what it's meant to do. So I think parents should not force kids to take on a path that they've not been purposed to do. I think parents should spend time with their kids so they can see and learn more about their children so that they can help guide them towards those places. Oh, perhaps this is what they meant to do. Or you can see when your child speaks, but they're able to speak in front of a room. And those little things, you know, and just help your kids discover more of who they are through their natural abilities. And your kids will have a happy life. I think be happy. So let your kids be happy.
Into othi mangabuyenza uze ukuthi okay, ngikhululekile, ngiyayizwa uthi mnandi. Nje ngifile ngathi khona ukuthi mhlambe uthola ukuthi okay sengihleli la kulesihlalo ngizwe ngathi imande ke ngiqala ukuphila because it's something engiyithandayo. Mhlambe nawe uma ngabe uphethe ipen ubhala script, you feel like wow, ngaze ngayenza into engiyithandayo.
It's like that. It's like that. So parents should just allow their kids to do that which they want to do. Where there is vision, there will be provision. Where God tells you to go, He will make a plan for you to ufike kule ndawo afuna ufike khona. So they must just support for as much as they can. My mother, I know, supported me when I said I wanted to go to film school. Film school is very expensive.
Too much after.
I told my mother I'm going to grade 9. This is the school I'm going to. And I went and I finished. And it's still a huge part of my purpose. And Nkulunkulu took me that way first. But the roads, they came together. Now I'm a qualified director who performs, which is important. So
congratulations for sinange degree yakho.
Thank you very much.
Nje lokho kuyisimangaliso esikhulu because some people believe with talent, okay. Some people believe with okay, senginalo talent angili-equipeke manje ukuze ngizokwazi ukuthi ngisebenze kahle entweni engiyenzayo. So kubantu besifazane abakuma 20s because right now ukuma 20s yabo. So ungagcizelela kanjani ukuzimela kumuntu wesifazane waseNingizimu Afrika? Because usually kuye kuthiwa okay, umuntu wesifazane bathanda ukunamathela kubantu besilisa, babelieve ekutheni okay, impilo yami ngeke iye phambili ife ngekho umuntu wesilisa. But siyakubona ukuthi ula ukhona and awushadanga. Mhlambe singasho ukuthi uthuthuka usezomyeni wakhe, yabo. But awushadanga. So ungagqugquzela kanjani ukuzimela kumuntu wesifazane waseNingizimu Afrika?
I think it's very important to understand that as women, we are affirmed by different things. Some women find their power in being independent and being able to do all sorts of things, which I believe every woman desires a feeling of. And some women are affirmed by just being able to just be feminine and relax and not have to do. And you know what I mean? Even myself, I'm independent in a lot of ways. Like I don't get anything from my mom. Obviously, at this point, I do everything for myself. Make sure.
And you can also support her.
Yes, I help out at home. Yes, that's there's also that. But it's just and I find joy in that. That's nice. We decide, but it's nice when someone is offering you a helping hand, and so. There is no one that's better than the other. As people, we seek out different things.
Yes.
I like a bit of both. I like to be able to have an independent mind also.
Yeah.
To say, actually, I don't want to have that for supper today. I want to have that.
True.
But it's nice for someone to be able to consider you in that sense.
Yeah.
Whether it be family, whether it be a romantic partner, however you get your help, I think for as long as that's offered to you, then enjoy it. So I wouldn't speak down on people who receive that support.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Whether if you are as a 5 rand or 50,000 from Uma or from Indot. If you are taller, if you are jabulisa, yes, but akukho khamselana nodwa. Ayikho umuntu ongafisa ukuba umuntu omenzela yonke into. That's not true. You understand? Like if I search and be like, I wish I had I'm happy that I do everything. Kwa toothbrush. You understand?
Yeah, true.
Fine, I've been graced to be able to do that. But if ngicabanga ukuthi ngidinga isiqopho kube khona esilenda la ezandleni zami whether it's fear through mama or umuntu I'd be happy with that. So asingabheshi abantu nje abayithola ngayo. And I understand that was not your question. It's just to say that that's my opinion, to say that enjoy, to each his own.
Yeah.
To each his own. But if you can do it for yourself, do it because it's sweet. It's nice. But accept help.
Yeah.
If you need it. When it is offered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uma ukuthi uyakhona ukuthi kwenze futhi uma ngabe ulithola usizo phinda futhi ke ulwamkele ngezandla ezifudumele. So ngicela ukuthi ke manje ke ngikuthathe ngikubeke kwi-position la khona uzokhuluma nabanye abantu abakwi-entertainment industry noma ke aba-actayo o director. Mhlambe yini ongayisho komunye umuntu onayo mhlambe emkhakheni wezokulingisa ekuthenini bangavumeli ipressure yokuthi okay nginama fans ngiyazi ukuthi okay ngikuzalo umuntu egcina esezama ukumaintain a certain standard ngalo hlobo lokuthi ugcina mhlambe seba bankrupt because akanayo imali but ufuna ukuthi okay abantu ngifuna ukuthi bangibuke ngale ndlela le.
Yeah, that's very important, hey. And I believe in not giving in to any pressure. I've been working for 3 years. I only bought my first car this year.
Yeah.
And people that know me on a personal basis know a lot of the things that I struggle with. You understand? I'm not someone who's afraid to ask for help because I've got good sources of help.
Yes.
But I think it's very important to live because at the end of the day, this is no beginning as wet.
Yes.
And even as much as you may have help, but you cannot. When you make a decision, it should be a decision that you're able to stand up for. In the case where you do need help, then ask for it. But it cannot be consistently when you've found yourself in a position that requires you all the time to pull from A, B, C, D, from all your sources to maintain this one thing. So I believe in that. I don't think that anybody lives a life without help. You understand? It's like life happens to everybody. We were just in COVID, whether you're borrowing money from a bank, whether you're borrowing from a friend, but in this current economic climate in South Africa, it's hard to live without debt. You know, it's almost impossible, you know, in the time of needing credit scores. You understand all of those things, but all of those are intricate conversations for another time. But it's just to say, yes, don't live up. It's not right to live a life that, and I think it's very unfortunate that there are people who find themselves in that place where they have to live up to what is believed or the perception about them. Life is better when it's authentic, when it's simple, I believe. And when it's true to you, I think life is simpler that way. And I think if we can understand that, I think we'd all desire that. Yeah.
Eminyakeni ezayo mhlawumbe ufisa ukuyibona ukuphi noma yini esingayilindela kuwena from now on?
Eminyakeni ezayo. How many years, but
yeah,
definitely my own successful production company. Amen. I want to have my own network. So my own channel. You know, I want to be able to fund projects, the creative projects, and be able to put them on my network.
Wow,
that's my desire. All over Africa. I love African stories. I think we've had many instances where we've not been able to tell our own stories because we've not had the money, or we've lacked the inspiration. I don't know. But then our stories have had to be told by other people who can't quite tell them the way we do. And when they do, it's something that it's not. It's depicted something that it's not, you know. And I want to offer the privilege to African artists to tell whatever stories I want to tell. And it's not about them being validated in America. We need to start validating and creating our own presence here. But it's about us setting the standard for that. The reason why we strive for that standard is because the one here is so low.
Yes, true.
You know, so we need to increase that. So one, my own production company, my own television network, I'd want that. And a platform where I can play these shows. I want to give artists money to be able to do what they want to do. I believe I'm going to start a school one day. A film school. Haven't gone to film school. I recognize the do's and the don'ts. And by the time I get to the point where I started school, I believe I would have learned more about life. So I will be equipped to know which fundamentals I want to exist in an academic curriculum.
Wow.
And then kids and marriage. I want to have like 7 kids. We'll see if that happens. Thank you very much.
You'll be blessed. You'll be favored. Kumele umtshela uthi lalela ndoda. Ufavored wena kakhulu.
Mhlawumbe ubukela umtshela ekhaya.
Ufavored wena. Ngiyayithanda inhliziyo yakho.
Ngiyabonga
kakhulu, ngiyayithanda inhliziyo yakho.
Kunegama, my nieces are mahle. So maybe that's why I'm drawing. They're likening to you.
Ngiyayithanda inhliziyo yakho kakhulu. Unothando, unenhliziyo enhle. Thando Thuthuka Mthembu. Ngicela ukubuza lo mbuzo. Futhi mawuze ukuthi too much unalungelo ukuthi ungawuphendula. Before sekwe game. So when a game nje short and then siqedile interview with. Kukhona into engayibona kuma social networks, like I'm amazed manje because I can see ukuthi okay mina ngiyakuthanda yabo. So manje kukhona ukuthi umuntu ube umlandeli wakhe ngalendlela yokuthi ugcina usuphatheka kabi mangabe khona izinto ozibonayo ezibhalwa ngayo yabo. So kukhona la I even saw on YouTube like bekulistwe ama celebrity angakwazi ukukhuluma isingisi, and like I'm amazed ukuthi what look ukuthi like angazi ukuthi ngichaze ngithini ngiphelelwa amazi. So kwakade kusuke laphi because yazi ukuthi ungenza i-error nje eyodwa and then abantu bazohlala kulelo phutha lelo because ade bechaza ukuthi kwaku Twitter owawubhalile and then wenza nje spelling error eyodwa futhi like sekuhlelo kulondo le. So logo kokuphatha kanjani because mina I can see and ngabona njengoba ngikulandela ngiyengibona ukuthi okay isikhuluma kahle isingisi right, so why?
I think that stemmed from a fake Twitter account. There was a fake Twitter account that was created.
And fake Facebook account.
And I think her grammar or their grammar in the tweets was, you know, so then they assumed because it was an account with a huge following at the time. I don't even want to give it that much airplay. I don't even deserve to be talking about that right now. But I think that's where it stems from again.
Wake walithola ithuba lokuthi ukhulume ngakho like abantu bazothi Thuthuka babhala into kanje like because phela as nama celeb abanye abantu abanika ithuba lokuthi ni voice out izinto eziniphatha kabi nento ukuthi ukwazi wena ukuyidefender as uThuthuka. So wake walithola ithuba lokukhuluma ngakho?
Yes, I think we've got our social media platforms as celebrities to be able to speak on whatever we want to talk about. So yeah, I was able to put it out there, but in the same breath, there's just things I don't like to give too much attention to. As in, I addressed it once, and I've never had to talk about it again. You know, it's like, because people like that perpetual attention. And it ends there. So yeah. There's so many songs. Ngingaba ne mixtape amaculeni bangani bami and ngiwathanda wonke.
I know
No man, I love it. I appreciate it, guys. It's insane. Nonkah, hey man. Eh? She started off as and now nje. So I'm really in fact, thank you to everybody who writes a song, who writes a letter, who dedicates anything to the character of Nonkah. Because I know a lot of the times people don't know the person behind Nonkah.
Yes, true.
But to be a vessel of that, for me, she is one of my greatest honors, and I'm forever thankful to her character. Because she's opened so many doors and put me in so many spaces I could never have imagined I'd be able to come into. So yeah, I'm thankful to all art that is dedicated towards Nonkah. Thank you. Continue on. I appreciate it. I know sometimes people send music and you can't always respond and say things, and you can't be in every video. You can't have a video request and you can't honor every invitation to every music video, but I hope this gets to a few music producers who have made music, in the name of Nonkah. Yeah. I see it, I appreciate it, and we love it. And continue to do it. Yeah. One day someone will honor you.
Yes, true. So kakhulu njengamanje we get straight to igame yethu. So nje phuza amanzi siyabuya ulapho ekhaya Talkback Mzansi. Uyakwazi ukuthi usithole on Facebook Talkback Mzansi, on Instagram Talkback_Mzansi, email yethu talkbackmzansi@gmail.com. Ngiyabuya naso isiphalaphala uthuthuka wakaMthembu. Welcome back to Talkback Mzansi. Sahleli kamnandi kanjalo. Siyabonga ukuthi ke nawe uthathe nje ithuba lakho uhlale ubukele sihleli la nothuthuka wakaMthembu. Njengamanje sizodlala igame. Ngifisa ukwazi ukuthi ke uzosiphendula ngeqiniso okanye ke uzosirobha. Kodwa ke ngiyamthemba ngoba umntwana kaNkulunkulu uthi no uzosinikeza ekufanele sikuthole. Njengamanje ke ziyakhala ke manje.
Ayikhala.
Ziyakhala ke manje. So nginamaphepha la uzongiphikela nje amaphepha u5 unginikeze wona bese ngiyawafunda ke bese uyangiphendula.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's 1 2 3
yeah
4. Pick that one. 5.
Ngathi uyawabona phakathi awabo ngelozi yokuluka. Yiba nami. Yeah. Okay. First question. This one. Which celebrity would you go on a date with? I don't know because now we celebrate, but yeah.
Oprah.
Oprah.
You didn't say that to be romantic, so
yeah.
Not sure about Saturn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you look to Oprah, role model.
Oh, heavy, hectically.
Max Zoe presenting or just a role model?
Just a role model because she does a lot of what I want to do. She has her own studio and she has a school. So yeah. And she's rich.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to do. Be rich.
Wealthy
even.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Kill or be killed?
Be killed. I'd rather be killed.
No. Okay. If you had to settle for something to do for your whole life, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Settle for something to do. Right.
Yeah. Wow. I like that.
I would write.
Yeah. Ne? And then, if there was one thing you would change in your life to be more successful, what would it be?
Like a habit.
Not a habit. If there was one thing you would change in your life to be more successful, yini leyo ngayishintsha? Now ngabe yona.
Yeah, like I think habits. I think the only thing that stops us from success are our habits. So definitely how I manage time and how I manage money. I think that's very important.
Yeah,
yeah, that's very important. How I manage my time and how I manage my resources. Because if you're gonna one day have to manage huge accounts, you need to know how to manage today's one.
Yes,
you understand. Financial literacy is very important, and unfortunately, it's not a thing that a lot of us were taught. And then you come into work and you come into money, and you just kind of have your way, you do your thing. So yeah.
Wow.
Definitely that.
If you have to choose Mzansi Down King noWiseman Ncube uba ungamkhetha.
Ukwenzani?
If nje ungakhetha kubona.
Oh, Mzansi.
Nomzambatha.
Yeah. I picked Mzansi. Because I've had the blessing to work with the other two, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so just
usebenze naye.
Exactly. So yeah.
Sabonga kakhulu ukuthi ufike la kwi-Talkback Mzansi.
Thank you very much for having me. I had so much fun. You guys are an incredible cast. I mean, crew, rather.
Yeah.
So I had so much fun. Seriously, thank you for your invite.
Sabonga kakhulu nathi ukuthi usihloniphe, ufike bekumnandi kakhulu kuba nawe. Ngi-enjoyile kakhulu. Ngasho ngithi usuku lami lwenzile la namhlanje.
Oh, you guys made my day. You see, I feel fulfilled. Today was a successful day because of you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ngicela ukuthi umbukele lapha ekhaya umnikeze ama social network handle akho la ngakwazi ukuthi akuthole khona.
Okay, go Instagram, go to tutuka.m_. On Twitter, I am Mthembu. And yeah, that's where you can find me on my social media platforms. I do not have Facebook. Any account on Facebook is fake. And yes, I'm verified on Instagram also.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't get lost.
I-account ekhona ku Facebook akusiye yakhe i-fake cause sengiwabonile maningi.
I'm sure, and I always get people sending requests in. It's not me. I don't have Facebook.
Akanawo Facebook. Kanti ke mina uyakwazi ukuthi ke ungithole lapha on Facebook Amahle Qwabe, ku Instagram amahle.qwabe. On Instagram amahle.qwabe. Kanti ke iTalkback uyakwazi ukuthi ke uyithole lapha on Facebook iTalkback Mzansi, Instagram talkback_Mzansi okanye ke usende email ku talkbackmzansi@gmail.com. Ungakhohlwa ukubukela wonke ama video eTalkback Mzansi lapha ke kuYebo TV on YouTube, Yebo TV on YouTube. Sibonga kakhulu ukuthi ke uthathe ithuba lakho ubuke ulapha ekhaya. Stay blessed.